Hi, my name is Laura and I'll be leading you through this short practice today focused on your hips and lower body. Start lying on your back with a bend in your knees and your feet resting on the floor. Place your hands on your low belly. Start to tune in with the breath and feel the belly move underneath your hands. You don't need to breathe in any special way, just let the breathing be natural. And we're just letting our attention shift to the movement of our body as we breathe. Raise your hands up a bit higher now to either side of your rib cage. As you inhale, feel the ribcage broaden, and as you exhale, feel the ribcage narrow. Now bring the hands to the chest, so the fingertips are just resting on the collarbones. And it's the same here. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your body with each cycle of breath. Bring arms back down by your sides. Let your attention settle on the movement of the breath in those three areas that we've worked with. Now bring your right knee into the chest, interlace your hands around the shin. Start to move the right leg from side to side and let your attention settle on your right hip. Lift the right leg up. Bring the hands to the back of the leg and start to circle the foot and ankle. Noticing any sensations of stretch or any sounds clicking or popping from the ankle. Release the right leg down and bring the left knee in towards the chest. And again, just move the left leg around a little, letting your attention settle on the left hip. Now extend the left leg up. Let the hands support the back of the thigh and start to circle the left foot and ankle. Circle the other way. Now release the left leg. Both legs out in front of you. Bring your hands to your pelvis and then bring the right knee in towards the chest without lifting the pelvis on one side, and then straighten the leg out, bring the foot back down. Same on the left, bring left knee into chest, pelvis stays level, straighten the left leg out, lower it back down. Right knee comes into chest, and then straighten the right leg, lower down to the mat. Bring left knee into the chest, and then straighten the left leg out and lower it down to the mat. Bring a bend into both knees now, so the soles of the feet plant down. Let the feet come out a little wider and start to windshield wiper your legs from side to side. So letting the knees fall over to one side and then over to the other side. Noticing what you can feel in the outer hips. Stay with the breath. Hold the legs for a moment next time you twist. Come back up through center. Twist over to the other side. And again, hold the legs here. Come back to the breath. Come back through center. Bring the feet a little closer together. And then bring the left ankle just above the right knee. And gently press the left knee away from you, so it feels like you're getting a bit of an angle or opening on that left hip. You can keep that left foot nice and active and flexed. And then we'll switch sides, place the left foot down, bring the right ankle above the left knee, and gently press the right knee forward away from you. Or notice how it feels on the right side compared to the left. Place the right foot down. Then bring the right knee into the chest, straighten the left leg, extend the right leg up, and then slowly lower it down straight to the floor, and then bend the knee again, and then lift the right leg up, and then straighten and lower. Before the foot comes to the floor, bend the knee and bring the knee into the chest. So we're kind of cycling through the right leg. Let the movement be slow and controlled. Change direction, so cycling the other way now. Lifting the leg up straight and then bending the knee into the chest and then straightening the leg forward. If this is straining at all in the lower back, you could always make the movement a bit smaller. Let's switch side. Left knee comes in, straighten the leg, lower it down, and then bring the knee back into the chest, straighten up. Keep the leg straight as you lower, and before the foot hits the floor, bring the knee in again. Continuous movement. And then switch, so going the opposite direction. Straightening the leg forward and then lifting up. Release the left leg down. And then let both feet come to the mat. Then draw the knees into the chest. Rock to come up to seated. And then make your way onto your hands and your knees. Tuck the toes under and just take a moment to either sit back on the heels, or if that's a little too intense, you could bring your weight forward onto your hands rather than sitting up. This is a really good stretch for our feet. If you need to come out of the pose a little sooner, that's absolutely fine. Keep listening to your body. Come onto your hands, make your way into tabletop. Stretch the right leg back, just coming onto the toes. We're just going to lean back into the heel. This is a really nice way of working into the calf. And we can just rock forward and back a little bit on the ball of the right foot. Keeping the right leg straight the whole time. Bring the right knee back. Straighten the left leg back behind you. Press back through the heel. And again, we're just doing this rock forward and back. Nice stretch for the back of the left leg. Okay, bring the left knee back. And then we'll start to circle the right knee. So bringing the knee into the chest, letting the right knee come out to the right, lifting it up and back, and then back into the chest. And we'll do this keeping the movement fairly small so that the movement is isolated to the hip joint. Circle the other way now. So we'll keep the arms straight and the spine in neutral. If you feel like you're starting to arch or flex the spine, try to bring the spine back to neutral, make the movement a bit smaller. Let's rest in child's pose. So knees out wide, big toes to touch, forehead on the mat, or you could stack the hands and let the forehead rest on the hands. Come back onto hands and knees. We'll go over to the other side. Bring left knee to chest. Let it come out to the side and then lift it up and back. Just noticing how much movement you have in that left hip joint. Doesn't have to be a huge movement to be effective. And then circle the opposite way. Okay, bring the left knee down. Tuck the toes under, let the hips come back, and we'll meet up in downward facing dog. This is a really great pose for working into the backs of the legs, but also lengthening the spine. So we will keep the spine nice and long, and then we can just work to pedal out through the legs. So you can bring one heel down and then lift the opposite heel up nice and high, and then just do this a few times from side to side. And if you need to take a break at any point, you can always drop down onto the knees, come back into child's pose to rest. Okay, lower down onto the knees, and we'll all come back into child's pose. Come back into tabletop and then back into downward dog. Lift the right leg up. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, drop the left knee down. So coming into a lizard pose, which is a type of lunge, sinking the hips forward and down. Both hands to the inside of the right foot. We can open the chest here and then step back into downward dog. Lift the left leg up, step the left foot to the outside of the hand. Bring right knee down and sink the hips forward and down. Gazing out in front, chest is open, hips are low. Step the left foot back into downward dog. Lower down onto your knees. And let's make our way into a comfortable seated position, bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. And if you prefer, you could sit up on a cushion or a folded blanket here. You can either stay upright, and this is what we call a Baddha Konasana, cobbler pose, or you could play with walking the hands forward and taking a forward fold. Letting the chin come into the chest. Keeping the back nice and broad. Notice what you can feel in the hips. And then come all the way back up to seated. Let's make our way down for our relaxation. Come to lie on your back, any comfortable position. Close the eyes over and let your body completely relax. Your attention move down through the body, just noticing, sensing. How does your body feel as you lie here? So this is where our practice together ends today, but I invite you to stay in Shavasana for a little longer if you have the time, and then continue with the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.